Obviously, an extremely disappointing outcome to the game. San Diego State's a good football team, but we had plenty of opportunities. We going into half, you're down 10 points, you get the ball coming out of half, moving the ball down. We had to put points on the board there, and we had a great opportunity to do so. And obviously that didn't occur. And then we turn around and give up 7 points and just never really found ourselves after that. Again, we kept ourselves with opportunities throughout pretty much the third quarter to be within striking distance, and we just fell flat. Really disappointed in the offensive effort. Rushed for 106 yards. You're not going to win a lot of football games the way we're built, running for 106 yards. So they were just tougher and more physical than we were tonight on both sides of the ball. So we've got to do a better job. And again, we had some tackling issues. And you saw that resulted in some big plays that Penny had. We got to do a better job of tackling in space. So, again, disappointed with the outcome, and it just shows we have a lot of work to do.
With the emotions of this week, was there any care tonight?
You know what? I mean, regardless of whether it was, it makes no difference. You got to go out and play a football game.
How different was it preparing, considering all the things that happened over the week?
There were some differences, but you got to be ready to play a football game.
San Diego State had a couple of long drives to begin the game and a lot of third down conversions. At this point in the season, what can you guys do to kind of correct that moving forward?
Well, we put them in a lot of third down situations. We had a couple pass interferences. They executed some of those things. We've been pretty good at this bend but don't break thing. We got another turnover inside the red zone again, which is a good thing. We just got to be more efficient on third downs. And I really thought that drive where we had the two pass interference penalties was really poignant right there and getting those stops. Neither one of those balls was going to be caught. And we had a good position on all of them. First one, we had bad hand placement. The hands got to be down by the hip, and we got it up on the shoulder. And then on the third down, we make a good break on the ball. There's no reason to have that back arm wrapping them up, and we did. So we got to be more fundamentally sound.
You said your team is built to run the ball. Without having seen the film yet, did you notice anything on the field, or what did you see that sort of slowed you guys down in the running game or prevented you from producing?
Well, I mean, they're a good defensive front. I mean, we all know that. And when you're sitting there and you're first and second down. I mean, first down, you're just not doing real well. You're getting 2 and 3 yards. You're forcing yourself into passing situations. We don't want to be in that. We want to be in the 2nd and 5s, the 2nd and 4s, so that way they got to defend both. Too many times it put us into a pass-first situation, and you saw that in the first half. We just didn't have a lot of plays. I believe, if I read the stat sheet right, I think we had 19 plays in the first half. Again, that's a tough deal. We got to do a much better job than that. And again, first down offense really dictated the calls on 2nd and 3rd down.
The best way to close the gap on a team like that?
Keep recruiting, keep working, keep playing. I mean, that's really what it's all about. It's again, when I look at it, there was a realistic opportunity to win that game for about 2.5 quarters. And then, not that it wasn't at the end. I mean, those things happen, but it started slipping away at the end. I mean, we were right there. Again, you execute that drive, and we get the ball coming out of halftime, and we drive it right down the field, and we take a sack. We got to do a better job of coaching that up, getting rid of the ball. There was no reason to take a sack on that situation. Protection held up, throw the ball away, live to fight another day, at least get 3 points out of it. And now you're talking about a 7-point ball game. All of a sudden, you don't convert that, and now you're down 10. They get the ball back. They drive down a score. Now you're down 17. It just changes the whole tone.
When you look at Rocky Long's done there, it didn't take him overnight. Is that kind of the model? You have a plan, you stick to it, and
yeah, I mean, Rocky's done a really great job. I mean, you look at, what he did in New Mexico and the time that it took to get going there. And, and he was a defensive coordinator at San Diego State first, for Brady Hoke. And then, he just kind of kept doing it and sticking with it. And he's done a really good job of recruiting some really good football players. He's got a program in place. There's an expectation there. And, those guys expect to win, and we really want to win. We got to learn how to change our expectations around here.
How are you expecting your guys to respond from this?
I was expecting them to go out and to play a good football game, and I thought they, for the most part, played a pretty good half of football. I thought we were flat in the second half, and especially when you got into that fourth quarter, I told the team just now, I just didn't see a whole lot of emotion. I didn't see a whole lot of energy, there's a lot of people dealing with a lot of stuff, and you got to be mature about it, and you got to move on. So we're not going to be about excuses here. You got to go play a football game. You got to play better than we did tonight.
You have to be confident. You have to be confident with the way Armani came out and started the game. But as the game went on, it seemed like he kind of sputtered in certain moments. Do you feel like the big moment got to him?
I don't think the big moment got to him. I think they did a pretty good job of adding pressure. I thought his eyes went into the rush later in the game. He did a pretty good job of keeping his eyes downfield. You saw him start to look at the rush a little bit more than he normally does. Those are things we're going to go back with a young quarterback, and we're going to teach him. We're going to talk to him about, throwing the ball away, moving yourself out of the pocket. Some of those 3rd and longs, when you got a one-on-one situation, you got to give your guy a shot. So, again, he's a tremendous young man, and we're thankful to have him, and he's going to be a great quarterback here. We just got to do our jobs and keep coaching him up.
Do you have any update on Joe Lang?
No, I know that they took him to the hospital for precautionary reasons to check him out. So we'll find out how he's doing. But he was awake and alert, and I know he got dinged on the head pretty good. So that's all I know right now.
Was he alert right afterwards? Because it looked like he didn't move for a few minutes.
When I got out there, he was. When I got out there, he was communicating with Kyle. So I don't know what transpired before I went out there. Waited for a minute for them to go ahead and do their jobs. And then when I went out there, he was communicating and talking.
Anything else?
Thanks, Tony.
Thank you.